Hello there. In this video, I will teach you all a quick little way to practice adding different integers. In lesson 1.2, I introduced good bunnies and bad bunnies, and when a good bunny battles a bad bunny, they make a zero pair and they go away, and what remains is our answer. This is one way to think about adding positive and negative integers. And in the rest of the video, I will show you a way to do so using a deck of playing cards. The first part of this game is practicing finding zero pairs. So in this round, go ahead and look at your deck of cards and find a matching pair. So if you see a -6, try to find the +6. These zero pairs, when added, sum to 0. Draw a random card and again, find its zero pair. Keep going as much as you like, trying to find as many zero pairs as you can. The next phase of this game is to practice predicting what the sum might be. So when you're doing this, think about the game of war, where the bigger number is the one that wins. So if you have a -9 and a +10, the +10 is bigger than 9, and so your answer will be positive. The bigger sign will always win. In this case, it is the +10 because 10 is bigger than 9. We are not focusing quite yet on adding our integers, just focusing on thinking about what our sum will be, whether it will be positive or negative. -8 is bigger than +5, so our sum will be negative. If we have two negatives being added, our answer will be negative. In the next part of our game, we will be decomposing our integers, finding zero pairs, and then finding what remains. And what remains will be our sum. Decomposing and remaining, kind of like good bunnies and bad bunnies. It's a little on the macabre side. Okay, our first example, we have a +3 and a -2 being added. I will decompose the smaller number first, is -2, and the bigger number, +3, I'm looking for a zero pair for -2, so I will decompose it to a +2 and a +1, identify my zero pair, and what remains is my answer. +3 and -2 make a +1. 3 is bigger than 2. The difference is 1. As you play this game, pay attention to some of the patterns that might emerge. Notably, when we are adding positive and negative numbers, that whatever number is largest, regardless of the sign, that will be the sign of our answer. And the difference between the larger number and the smaller number will be what remains. So -9 and +5. -9 is larger. Our answer will be negative. And then to find our zero pair within these two integers, we have a +5. -9 decomposes to -4 and -5. Our zero pair are the 5s, and what remains is the -4. So again, bigger number gives us our sign for our sum, and the difference between the two numbers gives us our value. The next and final part of our integer battle game is practice. Make sure you give your deck of cards a good shuffle before you get started. Set up your board, give space for where you're going to put your two cards. Maybe draw your addition sign and your equal sign, and get started. As you go through these problems, make sure you're identifying the larger value, what your sums sign will be, and take the difference between the two numbers. If you need to draw it out, if you need to write it out, if you need to use poker chips or pennies and dimes, feel free to. And the more you practice, the more you might just say the answer out loud. If you'd like to play this a game against other people, You can assign a point value for each time you demonstrate that you understand what you're doing. Again, the point here is to develop just fluency and practice, because as algebra gets more challenging, we don't want to spend time thinking about what numbers will add to and using our fingers and using poker chips. We want to pretty immediately know what the sum of integers will be. As always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, let me know and I can add it to the next video. See you on the next one.